Well, they lied. They did. Well, I've been busy, I have, making stuff in a bit of a hurry. And I haven't had any, how to put it, concern regarding the mess that I was creating. Yeah, as you can see, mess. All my tools are, well, yeah, okay, mess, 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 and a clogged planer, just so I could make some gates, recycled gates, which went quite well. Did it on live stream the other day, and they happened to be over there. I've installed them, and considering they're recycled gates, they came out pretty well actually. You know, but TLC still is needed. I can still do that. Get a nice fine day. Well, today's a nice fine day, but I think today, or for the moment, I need to have a tidy up. So that's what I'm going to do. I think first of all, I'll start putting stuff away. I think that might be a good idea because it's just getting out of hand. Everything is just getting out of hand. It's just like, yeah, so big and busy trying to get the job done and not actually putting anything away. And I keep getting distracted. Whether it be the dogs barking at the gate. Oh, who's that? There's one there. A bit like that, you know. And I just don't put things away. And as such, I've got, oh, there's mess everywhere. Let's take that blooming bench. You know, how am I supposed to work on that? Eh? You can't, can you? You know. I talk about dogs, you know. I just constantly being reminded by them, I am. And I've got Pandora come see me. Oh, Pandora. I know you. Oh, Anna Sebastian. Oh, crikey. They're really helpful, you know. Is it because you want a treat? Are you going to keep pestering me every time you want a treat? Eh? Is that what you're going to do? There's Pandora. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, I know, it's lovely. Yum, yum. And now we've got Sebastian. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Yeah, I know. You do like your treats. Yeah. Those two eat all their food. Sebastian, half his food drops out of his mouth when he's eating. And Pandora just wafts everything up, you know. Don't you? And you're on rations, aren't you? You are. She's got like an app, you know, for like a ration book app she has, yeah. There you go. No? Okay. Well, I think first of all, I need to start putting things away. Because this is getting ridiculous. It really is. It's getting beyond a joke. They're fishing with Caleb. You're fishing with Caleb? You talking about Caleb? Oh, crikey, that Southern program in the United States. What was that called again? Oh, I can't remember now. It was about like the devil and stuff. I think that's right. Blast from the past, that is. Yeah, but I hadn't actually got home for this number 5 yet because I've already got a number 5, which is actually up here, right? But this is the one I keep using, which used to be my father's old number 5 jack plane, which I restored and put a new 3mm plane iron in it, what have you, new knob and tote and stuff. And it's a really nice plane to use now. I really like it. So that is really my go-to. This number 5 up here is really more. It's not that old. And as such, you can tell because it's got the ribs in the sole. You know, that one's got no ribs, all right? Okay? And that one's got ribs. These ribs here, there, and then it goes under the tote, there, and what have you. There, see? And you'll find a lot of the Chinese hand planes are like that. And the reason for that is, I've mentioned it before in some of my videos, it's because they stopped the UK manufacture of hand planes, made in England and all that, in the West country, and they stopped seasoning the iron castings, so the tension wasn't out of the iron. So normally what they'd do is they'd stick them all on the pile after they come out after being cast, and it'll be after 3 months after that process of being bashed about and what have you, all the tension being sort of dispersing out of the iron. At that point they'd machine it, but they skipped that process. And what they've done instead is put these iron ribs in, which makes the plane considerably more healthy than this old one, wartime effort one. And that is a far nicer plane to use than the other one. Far nicer. That's why I keep going to it. That is. And what else I've been doing? I made some gates. I managed to get some batteries for my little Triton battery drills, which I've had for years. And these are actually Lidl's, you know, Parkside batteries. And the reason why I went for them is because they were cheap, €15 for a battery. The only problem I had is when I originally bought, if you look, that one's older than that one, or a bit grubbier, it's because I only got one charger, that one. The reason for that is you can't use the Triton charger. You have to get the Parkside charger. So although it'll go in the charger, you have to use the Parkside charger. But the other thing is, you say, you have to remove 2 little pieces of plastic, one there and one there. Now, when you put it back in the charger, you've got to make sure that's facing you. Otherwise, you can actually put it in any way around now in the charger. So you have to bear that in mind, you know. But, you know, it works. The Triton batteries, there aren't many options for them here, and also they're quite expensive. So I could literally get like 3 batteries for the price of 1. So that's what I did. I bought Parkside ones instead. So this can go back up here. Oh, that goes there. That one goes there. That's it. Got something to put your drills, you know. I just feel I'm such a mess. You know, you walk around the workshop and there's so much stuff on the floor, I keep tripping over it, and I'm not that stable on my feet these days. No. So I've got to find everything and put everything back. A chisel, a firmer chisel. I love this chisel. You know, it's an old Braids cast steel chisel. You get a lovely edge on some of that old steel. You really can. Where'd that go? Over there. Just there, generally. These go in the bottom drawer. Pencil goes where the pencils go, over here. Got a pen there. Below that goes to marker pens, which are there. I've been doing a bit of a test. It didn't dry fully yet, I don't think. I've got Patex PVA wood glue there, and I've got Eureka wood glue. I want to see which one is the most translucent of the two. I was going to use a light meter. Yeah, photographic light meter. Because I noticed that the Eureka Glue's PVA, the D3, was quite translucent. I thought, this looks pretty good. I thought, you know. Right. Now, some people disagree with me, because I've seen people do this with their leads, what have them, and they're really tight around the body of their tools. No, I never do that. I always let loose. And so many times in the past, I've seen it where people, well, actually, this has got a new lead on this. They crack there, or just on the end of it, they crack there. And sometimes they actually break inside the cable because they just put so much tension in that with it. You know what I mean? And then when you curl it around like that and do it tight, it's harder to actually release the tension. So you've got to shake the lead out. You don't just, oh yeah, get the end of plug and plug it straight in and start using all this twists in, because the wires inside will twist and they create little knots. Not knots, but like little bent nodules on the actual copper, and like a twist in it. And I'll tell you what's really common. That's, you know, the old irons with the cloth heat-resistant cable. They're really prone to that. Really prone to it. I think pretty much every iron the missus has had until we stopped doing that, because you used to wrap it around the iron like that. You know what I mean, used to have that problem. So what I do is I just put my hand on there like that, and I actually wrap it. Keep making the shirts loose on the end there, and actually just wrap it around my hand like that. All right? Yeah, don't worry. It's not staying there. And let's just do that. So it's loose like that. Just keep it loose. And as long as it's not, you know, unwinding anywhere, and then just put it back on the shelf that way. The sheer weight of the tool will just hold it where it's supposed to be anyway. And I do that with all my tools, because especially these sort of cables, just look at the state of that. See, tension. You know, that is how it's got a twist in it. You don't want those twists. It creates memory in the cable. And this is a plastic cable on this one, which yet again is a cable that I've took off something that's broke and put on my old Bosch jigsaw. But it's not a good quality cable. It's PVC or whatever type of cable, a bit shit. So I'll just basically do the same with that. Just do it loose. You know, I'll do it over my hand, like that. Trying to cut yourself with or pluck your clothes with the jigsaw blade. Just do that. You can thread it through if you really want to, but I don't bother. I just use the weight of the machine, put it on the shelf, and then it's good. Twice today I plucked my jacket. One here just now, literally showing you that. Just plucked it there, right? Earlier today I forgot to do my buttons up on this, so I trapped that there between that and my linisher. And sanded it. Though I didn't grab it or anything, it was just got sanded. Now, this happens to be a paring chisel that I was using the other day. Now this one's Dymic This is a really good quality tool, all right? They're not cheap, but the design is wrong. That is not how a paring chisel should be. No. This Braid's one here, that's a paring chisel. Okay, so can you notice the difference between the two, right? That's almost like a framing chisel, but it's not even a framing chisel because a framing chisel, which you'd use as a paring chisel, as far as I'm concerned, is more like that. And that is basically a paring chisel. Now, you might say, oh, well, it's not really a paring chisel, is it? But, no, for framing. Well, it is, because you see the bottom here is flush with the bottom of the handle. So you literally take that right across, say a bridle joint on some oak framing, what have you, take that right across. And then you don't have the handle bash onto the edge of your workpiece. This is wrong. It's too thick. Yeah? It must be a firmer chisel. Being that thick, it must be a firmer chisel because that corner there, that edge there, you're not going to get it right in. It's going to be influenced on the edges of the actual workpiece. So say, for instance, as a dovetail slide, say, if it was a bridle joint, a dovetail bridle joint, how the hell are you going to get that in to clean it out? You're not. You're going to need that one because it's thin. So much better. And get a hell of edge on it as well. That back there, and that one goes. Everything has a little space generally. And for this one, I've got a little slot that goes in just there. I like making little things for tools going, so everything's got a place in. Once things have got a place, that needs cleaning out again. Yeah. Problem with airlines is that you get water in the compressor. You've got to drain the water. If you don't, it'll carry any debris that you have got in your airline, in the tank, and what have you, to your tool. And what's happened with this is, especially when I put it on, it's leaking all the while now through here. And then what's happened is a bit of grit or dirt has got trapped behind the little O-ring. And as such, it's leaking. It's not very ideal, is it? No. You don't want a leaky O-ring, no. It's messy. Oh, chocolate starfishes and all that. Oh, yeah. All right, so first of all, before I can actually clean up here, I've got to get this stuff put away, haven't I? I don't need that on my bench. No. Just my 9-inch Hitachi. And that has its own little drawer over there. Well, it's not on its own, there's some other stuff. Oh, there's a stone down there, get rid of that. I'm in the EU, but yeah, it's a lot of my gear I had when I was on the tools in the UK. You know how it is. So I keep it loose. I don't want the tool, the leads dangling everywhere because you get caught. What happens is you get another tool out, if it's next to it, it'll pull the lead out with it, doesn't it? I just don't like to have all my leads tight. No, it's not a good idea. So I've got a drawer, big drawer down there, and that's where that goes. Usually with some other things, but at the moment it looks like it's a bit of a mess. It's got wheels on it, that one has. That just lays in there. Normally my Wolf Sapphire drawer goes in there as well. So it goes up there. It's handy having wheels, don't you see? It makes it lighter, doesn't it? You know? And I seem to have clamps everywhere. They need to be put away. Oh, crikey. I need a camera that follows me. Yeah. Now, what I was doing when I was installing that gate that I made on the previous live stream, what I do is I lay the gate down, right, where it's got to be. I get a couple of pieces of wood, sometimes just one piece if it's enough, and I clamp it to the gate so the gate is all in line with each other. And I lift it up, and with the piece of wood longer than the gate, so then it can rest against the posts. And that way it helps me to prop the bottom up with some blocks of wood and what have you, trap it into place, and then I can install my hinges. And in this case, I have to weld the pins onto the posts. See, it's tracking. See that? It's clever, isn't it? Yeah. I have to weld the pins onto the posts. So it just made life a lot easy, see? Because when you're working on your own, you have to think to yourself, what can you do to provide extra pairs of hands? Hence clamps. Exactly what they are, isn't it, really? Extra pairs of hands. Or, well, yeah, how we glue things up as well. You know, clamps on the floor. Blimey, this place is a mess. Stay there. Any more clamp? Oh, some more of it. Crikey. Anyway, who have we got anyway? Got fishing with Caleb. Not just sawdust. I saw your video. I saw your video. You moved. Did you just say you moved? Because that must have been your first video for ages, wasn't it? Do. Please say the N word and the R word. What? Why would I do that? Make sure your O-ring never leaks. Yes, definitely. Definitely. You don't want a leaky O-ring. No. You end up like a snail and have a trial. Like you will. I wish I put this stuff away while I was working. It would have made so much more sense. That it would. Go up there, you. Yeah. Look what I found in the barrel. See the rust on there, right? Do you know what was in the barrel? I put it in the barrel because the head was a bit on the loose side. So normally what I do is I just let the handle swell up in the actual head. I forgot about it. It was sitting in the barrel just outside. I went in the barrel. I thought, well, put my arm down. I could feel it because I dropped the paintbrush in there, you see, because I use the barrel just to keep my brushes moist. And so I put my hand down. What the hell was that? It's a bit of wood down there. So I put, that's where it went. So it needs a clean up, but they go down there for now. I've got so much to do. I can't be worrying about that at the moment. Rubber mallet. They go down on the end of my bench down here. See all the dust everywhere. It's all got to be sorted out. It's filthy. I'll quite my little boot level. I normally just put that on the side of the planer, just there. All right, it's got magnets on it. The planer's all clogged up as well. And what will hopefully, if I can unclog the planer, right, we'll be able to get the dust extractor going, and I can use my scoopy thing down there. And I basically just brush all this stuff to it, and hopefully it doesn't get clogged up again. But it probably will, because I don't know why they do it, but they do. I do know why they do it, because they worry about things hitting the turbines in the actual dust extractors. But they put like a cross on them like that, yeah, the metal cross. Well, if you've got any long shavings, if you're shaving across the grain or anything like that, it just sticks to them and wraps around all these little crosses, yeah. And needless to say, it just clogs up, blocks everything up. And once you get a blockage, quite quickly the whole system clogs up. Because look at the state of this. Within no time at all, then I carried on working, to be fair. That clogged up, all right. My planer here was on multi-coat. Yeah, and that was all literally clogged up one side there, around here, and what have you. And I had to keep I keep blowing it out of the airline, but because the dust extractor wasn't connected. And then, what was coming out of there? Oh, what was that? Oh, it might be right. I don't see. Hopefully, I looked at the end of the dust extractor. I cleared that out, so hopefully we can pull the crap through and get the old extractor working properly again. Hello, Tommy Gunn. I've been creating a mess. Hello, Richard Black Dog. I hope you're well. Olive Schmidt. What is your overall favourite tool? Me. Crikey, that's a difficult one. Now, if you're talking about overall favourite hand plane, it's going to have to be my number 7. I use that so much. And this one here, this number 7, the Spady, it's quite an old tool now, just like me. I put a new oak tote on there, whereas on this one here, same pattern, but I put a cherry one on there. But anyway, I put an oak tote on there, new knob. And I like this pattern knob because what I find is with that more mushroomy instead of round, I have carpal tunnel syndrome. It puts less pressure in the palm of my hand. So ergonomically, it doesn't look like it, but it's actually loads better for me. I really like that. I also put Victor cast plain irons in there, forged plain irons. Yeah, it's just an overall really, really nice tool. And it's a user. It's not like they just look pretty, I use this all the time. And yeah, I get a bit of corrosion on the bottom occasionally and stuff like that. And do the winter period, I have to clean it off. But, just do a little bit as I go. I'm not after it being pretty. That's not what I'm after. I'm after it doing the job, It's nice if it's pretty, I suppose. It's just, but it's got to be functional. That's got to be your primary concern. My most unusual hand plane would be my compass plane, which I was actually using the other day to do the gate out there. Let me just show you the gate. Hopefully we don't lose connection. We were making this the other day actually on live stream. I was recycling. Yeah, it was an old gate that I'd acquired a few years ago from a customer that was doing. I've actually made him another gate, actually a 5-bar gate, just traditional 5-bar gate. And we took those back with us. And originally it was had boards in the bottom, and then these like wavy pickets in the top part of the gate. But it's all rotted, it's all gone a bit shitty. So I deconstructed it, Johnny 5, and then disassembled. And then I reconstructed it and live stream, and I had to patch up the holes and stuff with how mortars were and stuff like that. The oak has really dried out, but it works. Hopefully we're not going to lose connection. How are we doing for connection? No, we're okay still. Just put my hammer, put connect onto the other router in a minute. Router. Alright, so yeah, it works. So I've got to change the hinges. They're not staying. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make some hinges up there because it's too short really and not heavy enough. But I just want to get the gate on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some hinges with a curving to match the actual shape of that. And it's just going to be a case of a lot of banging with a hammer on an anvil and then a bit of welding. So that way I can get them a bit longer because they're too thin anyway. They're only 4mm thick, those hinges. They're not enough. Is that 4mm? I was like, yeah, 4mm I think they are. Which isn't enough. Look at him. My little Wally. Yeah, I put the cushions on there for him, you see. He's special. And this is our outside workshop, which also needs tidying up because I'm going to start using this again very soon. The only problem I have with it is when I place the camera here where it is at the moment, all right, at the background, if it's sunny, I end up with like a line of overexposed me, you know, it's too bright. So I'm thinking about using maybe those old doors I took down the other day. I might use them and block this front off, I think, and then just use my lights. Well, there's probably enough light anyway, to be fair. That's the only problem with these old barn type workshops is they've got no windows. Oh, that's my window. It's a tiny little thing window. No windows. Cloud illusions, hello. Old tools are the best. They stand the test. Yeah, how old are they? You know, I didn't buy them new. They're all ones I've inherited over the years or bought second hand. Knowing full well that the modern Stanleys were nothing like the old ones. Case in point, if I can find, hang on. Oh, even though it's our record, they're just the same. This record, block plane, low angle with the adjustable mouth. That is nowhere near as good quality as this one, which I've got to restore. This old record again. This is the 0120. And it might not look like much, but it's got a really nicely machined adjuster for the depth on the actual plane iron, which are really, these blades are very short, you can see. And also the locking of the cap just works. This is hard to use because you can't get your fingers right round the knob here to tighten the cap iron. Also, this adjuster it doesn't make any sense. It needs to be going that way. It's got a weird lever arrangement here. It don't really work very well. And also, when you put the plane iron in, it's just the bed for the actual plane iron. It's just you've got a very narrow support at the back, and then it's just supported on the mouth. So it's quite finicky to get it in the right place as you put the cap iron back on. It just means you didn't spend more time, you know, just faffing with it. So I'm not a lover of that little block plane at all. Nowhere near as good as this one. Nowhere near. But you know, one day I'll get around to sorting that one out. I had to sharpen some blades the other day as well. Didn't put it back. Where'd it go? It's supposed to go over there, but I've just put something in the way now. I'll do that in a minute. All right. Oh, I've got another. That one there. There's that one there. Oh, crikey, such a mess. All right, I'll put these over here. I'm jabbering and not actually doing the work, am I? Oh, Mrs. is back tomorrow. I was going to leave with the mess. That's what I was going to do. So it looks like I've been busy then, you see. That's the plan. That was the plan. But then I thought, hang on, I need to get on. I can't work like this. This is just getting ridiculous. You know, I've got small shutters to put together. And I just can't work. I trip over things constantly. I'm not very sure-footed like I used to be. I used to be really sure-footed and agile, and you know, like they called me tippy toes. Obviously, just made that up. Oh, I haven't gone on there properly. Go on there. That's it. Oh, yeah. Get in there, you. That's it. That don't belong there. That belongs up there. Oh, that requires some elevation. Goes on there. All right, that's on. More crap on the floor. Go in the wood burner. Do you like my wood burner? I made it out of old wheels. Actually, two of the wheels were new. The two top ones were new. And the bottom part is a gas bowl. I do like making shit. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, and a Rabone square. I do like my combination squares. Now, some people say they're not accurate. They are. They're very accurate, providing you tighten them up. If you tighten that up, you know, it'll pull down tight on those 2 points there. Now, if for any reason it's out of true, all you need is a needle file. And very carefully, you adjust it one way or the other by just filing that back edge just a touch. And you can get that back into true that way. Generally speaking, they don't go out true. They really do. I've had very little issues with them. You know how to check, don't you? You mark the line one way, then flip it around the other way, and the lines mark up. Pretty much it's true, you know. The other thing you can do is mark it, cut it, and see whether or not, if you mark it, cut it, and then flip them around and see whether or not there's a gap. And it's exactly the same way I check my radial arm saw, if that is vertical, perpendicular to the bench. And that, what I do is I do a cut, and then I turn one part round, have a flat surface, push them up against each other. If it's out of true, they won't line up. It's simple, really, isn't it? And then you just adjust it accordingly. Oh. Okay. Oh dear. I'm using that more and more and more. I'm not a real lover of Japanese pull saws, to be honest. They're not my thing. I like my Western saws. I'm a bit old school with that, I suppose. But I just like the stiffness. I like a bit of stiffness in my tool. I do. Yeah. Over you. Yeah. Oh. Found more clamps are hiding. They are. Yeah. Do you know what? I really need more light in here. You always get accustomed to it, but you realise when you start using the camera, there ain't enough light. And then when you go outside, you realise, my God, there's a lot of light outside. Yeah. I need a tracking camera. I know what I want to get, but I can't afford it. 550 quid it is. Planers. Got that one. That's my Multico. That's the 240 volt version, Multico. It's not the first one I've had. The one I had before was a 3-phase one, Multico 12-inch. But when I came here, someone had one for sale. In hell of a state it was. And that's a 240 volt version, or 230 volt. And I went and bought it, you know, and didn't, okay, it needed a bit of work, but it was cheap. And it's such a good machine they are, so solid. It's only got, it's only got 2 planer knives in it. But you can adjust the speed of the actual, it's two settings for the transport speed. You have to change take the panel off, you have to flip it over a bit like you would do if you change the belts on a pillar drill or a lathe, what have you. But yeah, it's a really good machine. It's really capable. And if you want to take a lot off, by God, it will eat it. I mean, seriously. 5 mil, 6 mil you can take off of it. You know, quick enough. If you're not careful, you can make a nasty old mess. And it also, I can't remember what the wattage is, but it isn't very high. I don't know, what, 1500 watt or something. It isn't a lot. And because it's geared and what have you, with chains and pulleys and stuff, it just works. Well, actually, it's pulleys on the cutter block and then chains on the transport. So yeah, it's a good machine. Old tools again, isn't it? They're solid as a rock. Modern tools more refined, yes, I agree. But old tools are strong, proper old tools, you know, strong. That's what they are. That's why I like them. They last. I have to keep buying them again and again and again. And someone did say to me, "You need to get a new planer," they said. You can argue that. Maybe I do. Maybe I need a new table saw as well. Actually, yeah, I do. You can argue that as well, I suppose. But they do work. You don't have the health and safety as you do on a modern machine, nowhere near. But sometimes that can be a hindrance, not help. It might sound stupid, but I like to say the thing that's going to bite me. I'm not that happy. I don't like having whizzing things behind closed doors that when you open the door it then bites you. It's just my feeling. I know not everyone's going to agree, but I think sometimes to be a little bit wary of something is what will keep you safe, you know? Like if you're up on the roof and you thought, oh crikey, I could fall off there, and you might hold on to something, mightn't you? To stop you from falling. That's you being wary. That's you being cautious. So I think, you know, I think sometimes if we desensitise ourselves so much from the harms because the stuff that we're using is overly protective of, you know, making sure that we don't hurt ourselves, I think it could have a negative effect. I think it would make us complacent. Like that saw stop, I think that could potentially make us complacent. I think it's a brilliant thing. You know, I'd like a saw stop. I can't say it now. Blah, blah, blah. One of them saws with flesh sensing technology. I would like one of them. I would. I can't afford one, not the one I want, you know. But yeah, it's there's hardly any glue in there. This PU wood glue, polyurethane wood glue. There's hardly any in the bottom there. I scraped as much out as I could. I don't like waste. And it still expands. That tiny little thin layer expands about 10 times, you know. It's nuts. See if I pull it out and show you. Crikey. Can't get it. Stuck to the plastic. Ugh. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'll tell you what, squeeze your fingers underneath that there. Ugh. So I was even sticking to the plastic quite well. Well, reasonably so. It's holding on. Oh, no, it's not. So you see the corners where you can't actually get clean out the corners, but the other areas. But it's still expanding a hell of a lot. I quite like that PU wood glue for, I think garden furniture, I think is actually brilliant for. The only thing is you get left with a lot of residue. Stuff oozing out all over the place. And I think personally, I think that's a problem. Because obviously, you know, you can hand a product over to a customer and then carry on, that glue can carry on growing for a couple of weeks. I'm sure the customer won't be there. Look at fungus. Look at fungus growing out your furniture or something. So I know some people use it on window frames. I don't think it's a very good idea, but there you go. Because it compresses. See, this stuff, if you cut through it, it's foam effectively inside. Now, if you have anything like that that's squishy in your joint, sticking your joints together, and there's any space in the joint, and you've got compression, your joint will work loose. Simple as that. Plain and simple as that. Is it me? Do I look dark, or is it just my phone? I need a light to carry around with me, don't I? That's what I need. I didn't have one earlier. What do I do with that? Blimey, it's one over there. I see one. Let's charge that one on charge. Over there in a second. And I'll grab the other one. Right, like there. Right, just carry that around with me, won't I? Might help a little bit. Looks like I've got bags under my eyes. Oh, that's better. Right, my worksheet, which I've got to carry on with. Oh my God. Another little hand plane that I found in the bucket in the barn. And this was my first ever hand plane when I was a kid. And this was a birthday present. Or Christmas. Birthday or Christmas. I think it's Christmas actually. And my sister bought me this. And this is a Stanley Handyman hand plane. It's not very good. No. No, it's not great. The lever cap is probably the same as most lever caps. It's actually broke there, but that's probably me being heavy-handed. It's got a plastic knob, plastic tote, plastic adjuster. It's got like just flat steel yoke for the blade adjuster. There's no adjustment on the or adjustment screws for the frog. You still slide back and forwards. You just have to get in the right place and lock it down. Still works, yeah, it does the job, I suppose. I still want to restore it though because of nostalgia. Nostalgia. I've had fun with that old thing in the years. The only thing is though, people buy these things, don't they? Oh, you have a lovely new hand plane. There you go. And you've got nowhere sharpening it. Or you don't know how to sharpen at that stage. I think I was only about 12. Well, I weren't very old. No. Find another spade bit. Put the other spade bits over here. Which probably all need sharpening again. I'm have to get. Oh, there's all this muck everywhere. Ah, blooming hell. Crikey. It's a mess. Oh, great. Get stuff put away first, and hopefully we get a bit closer to getting sorted out. Why do you need 2 gates? Dogs. Dogs. We separate the front from the back. That's what we used to do until the old gate that was there was a bit rickety, so we took it down. So if I hang on, you really realise how important it is if you want to get out of the house easily, you know, especially if you're on your own. The front gate is electric, which obviously makes things easy. But if I go out and the dogs can come out after me, they'll just chase me down the road. Because they're like that, you know. Daddy, where you go without us? And if I want to go out in the motorbike or anything like that, means I can leave the gate open while I'm getting sorted out, what have you, and the dogs can't follow me. So it just makes sense. It's all because of the dogs, you see. You probably wouldn't even bother with gates if it wasn't for the flipping dogs. There's dogs. They're a pain in the neck. They're lovely, though. Good evening from Australia. Hello there in Australia. Is that Steve? Is he in Australia? Or is he New Zealand? I can't remember. Steve from Woodworking Masterclass. Do you know what I mean? He don't put any videos up anymore. I noticed I do them in live streams. Playing that gut a bit. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, all right. Oh, yeah, we've got a comedian. Oh. You see my teeth? Yeah, I'm too long on my tooth. I don't care what people say about me. If you want to try and be offensive and all that, dig in. I don't care. Have a go. Flipping hell. Some people are pathetic. I find the better the tool is, the more beautiful it is, just for the fact that it's practical. But yeah, good point. Just because it's practical, and the tool does its job as it's supposed to do. It's a bit like I don't know, having a good woman. She don't have to be the most beautiful woman in the world, but if she's kind and a good person and all that, you know, it's a bit like that, isn't it? She's practical. Don't tell the missus. Oh dear me, my poor wife. We've been together 30 odd years, we have. Over 30 years now. 34 years now, I think it's. Been married 32. A long while. She's put up with me for this long. Put you on there. On you get. I like magnets. I put everything on magnets. If I can, I do. I like to see my tool, all right? That's the problem with the gut then. You see, you can't see it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it goes all right. Hello, Andy. I got your message. Via my Google Maps page. Of all things. The thing is, you see, all I'll do is if people are being arrogant, nasty, just stupid, I'll just hide you. And no one will see your messages. And you won't know that nobody sees your messages. No, your comments and what have you, your chat. You just be decent. You don't have to be an ass. No. Cloud Illusions. Hello, Cloud Illusions. Old tools are the best. Oh, I said already, didn't I? I agree. Have you tried the Japanese wood shavers? Do you mean planes? No, I haven't. I have to admit, I'm quite interested in them, though. The plane irons they have in there, they're like almost like Damascus steel and all that. Just beautifully made things. I think you've got to be a little bit careful because there's a lot of these things online and what have you. And although the plane itself might look okay, is the plane iron any good? Because the way they do those flipping plane irons, that steel is absolutely amazing. You know, much of it's forged, so they're like two pieces to the steel or the iron. A bit like some of mine here, actually. If I look at argument's sake, this here has a Ward cast steel plane iron in it, and it's got the chip break in there as well. But that's Ward cast steel. That isn't one piece of iron. That's two pieces. A hard piece of steel and a softer piece of steel, and they've been forged together. It makes a beautiful piece of steel. This little thing is brilliant. You know, for a wooden hand plane. Now, I've got a plan in mind at the moment. I'm going to make another cabinet. It's like my cabinet here, right? I'm going to put another cabinet where my sign is there, which I'll show. This is Wallybois. And I've got a what used to be my whiteboard frame when I used to do the whiteboard videos, which are a nightmare because having all that white in the video makes you black, you know, dark and have shadowy and stuff. And then you try and sort out that, yeah, get on top of it, you overlight it and stuff, and then it ends up yellow. Oh, it's a nightmare. Anyway, I'm going to use that frame, which is quite an interesting frame with Wallybois on it. I think it's up there somewhere. It's up there. Oh, you can't really see it. It is up there. Oh, you can't see. Can you see that right on the top there? It says Wallybois on the top. I'll use that frame and I'm going to make a box basically behind that, and that'll be another cabinet. I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to use that for my wooden tools, for which I've got one over here, which I was a bit worried about the bodies. And I was thinking that because it's out of true, very out of true indeed. And also the level of worm in it. I froze it. I put it in the freezer for 3 days. Then I took it out and I'll put it for a bit longer. So I've been here for 2 weeks, it was. And I run it through the thickness of the other day. I know it's not a brilliant idea to do that, but I just want to see the level of the woodworm hidden behind all the gunk, all the patina that was on there. And the patina would have gone anyway. I'd have to get rid of it because there's a slight twist in the body, so I've got to throw it out. So I would have removed so much material anyway. Because if you look at that there, you can't really see any woodworm. There's a bit there, a bit there, a bit there. But underneath it, you've got all these little channels. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a feature of those. So yeah, there's no good being nostalgic with some of these tools. It's either going to be a tool or it's going to be a decorative piece. I don't want a decorative piece. I'm not interested. I want it. This is ridiculous. This is longer than a number 8. That's the name for that thing. So I want to have a go at making that into a usable tool again. It has problems. One of the problems that go with plain iron itself, that's a good quality plain iron. Yet again, I don't even see there's a line about. I don't even see the difference there, but there's a line going across there. That there is different steel to that, and it's nice. It's a Goldenberg. I think these are French. These are, yeah, I think they're sort of northern French plain iron. But it's been bashed with a hammer. So that mushroom has got to go. Also, that is the chip breaker. It doesn't fix together. It's just like together like that. So how the hell are you supposed to adjust that with your forehammer or brass hammer for the purpose of doing the adjustment? If that's further out than the actual plain iron. And then they're not going together. There's a gap in between them, as you can see, because it's just been bashed to hell. It's ridiculous. You know, some people shouldn't be allowed sharp things. Or even safety scissors. I don't know. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm probably going to cut that back. So cut that bit off there, because that's not necessary. So I'll get rid of that. Maybe create a slot in one part or the other, and thread the other bit. The problem is this is going to be quite hard to do. That area there is going to be quite hard. You can tell by the colour of that steel, can't you? It's going to be hard. So I'm going to so we can fix the two together with a flat machine screw of some description. Because like I say, I want it to be a usable tool. I don't want it to be just a blooming white elephant just sitting there and just use it for the sake of, oh, look what I got. It's pointless. I want to actually use it. Not someone saying earlier about being practical. That to me is being practical. It's having a tool that actually do what it's supposed to do. Whether it be a wooden tool or whether it be more, yeah, I'll say more modern, but quite old anyway, aren't we? Or a metal tool, an iron tool. Toss a bit of baby powder. Why did I do that? What happens to all the sawdust? Right, during the winter, I use that heat the workshop. I've got a sawdust burner. That wood burner, just so you know, normally if you put sawdust on a wood burner, you'll smother it. All right, but my wood burner's special. I made it special. All right, you see its snout up there? Yeah, it's an antennae thing. I know that, which has got adjustable vent as well on the top. Okay, that goes into the fire and provides oxygen. So I can actually load this right up with sawdust. And what I generally do is I create a little space on one side. I light the fire in that space. It's like a little hole of sawdust. Just basically put my hand in the sawdust and light the fire at the bottom of the hole. Then what happens as it burns down, this provides the oxygen so it doesn't smoke. And then obviously that goes up the flue and what have you. And then you obviously got the vent controls in the bottom, what have you, as well. So it works. It works. So that's what I do in the winter. In the summer, we either use 1 ton builder's bags, and I fill them up with it for use in the winter for heating, or it gets composted. I don't use it for any animals or anything like that. We used to one time, but it's not a great idea because you've got a lot of fine material in there as well as the bigger stuff. So you've got a lot of dust, which you can get for their eyes and stuff. You're talking about rabbits and that. But we don't have any animals we've got now is the cats and the dogs, or the cat and the dogs. So yeah. Got glue all over my bench. It's like a bit snot. It won't come off. See this bench here, right? I've actually the finish on it. It's just chipboard, all right? That's just chipboard. It's green hydrofuse chipboard, okay? Because it was cheap, all right? It's not cheap anymore now. To be honest, since COVID and all that, it's become expensive now. But it's anyway, it's generally cheap. So I use the casting wet powder resin wood glue, mix up really, really wet. You can't brush it on. It doesn't really brush. You have to use like a scrape or spreader and spread it all over the bench, let it soak in, and that seals all the surface. It makes it harder. And then what I do is I just light sand over and wax it. And generally, when I say wax it, I mean loads and loads of bloody wax. And then generally, nothing sticks to it. So you've done glue ups and stuff like that. And then these do wax again, to be honest. I haven't done it for a long while. I've sanded it a couple of times since, but I haven't done it for a long while. And maybe I'm getting close now to put another top on it. But there again, it still does its job. You see, I don't just do woodworking on here. Sometimes I come and do a bit of metal working on here. You know, that's why I've got little burn marks where I've been welding, like little blobs of molten metal going into the bench and burnt holes in it and stuff. The thing about this bench is it's flat. It doesn't move at all because it's fixed, you know. It doesn't go anywhere and it's heavy. So that's what a bench is supposed to be like. When I get to say, like, arguments like, I like Rex Kruger. How many benches has he been making over the years? You know, and although his later benches are pretty solid, his earlier ones were quite just screwed together, you know, or bolted together and stuff like that. But you're relying purely on the fixing and not the joint. That's the mistake. A bench must be jointed. In my mind, you know, do what you like, you know, but in my mind, it should have proper joints in it and make it strong. Because you don't want it to crank, do you? As you're trying to plane a bit of wood on, and your bench is doing that as you're trying to plane it, you know. It's very frustrating and annoying. Been there, done that. I'm not doing it again. You know, I want solid benches, and this is my solid bench. It's probably never going to get changed, apart from the top getting renewed. I might do some bits and pieces to the bottom or whatever in time. But, you know, all in all, it does its job. And just like my old record voice down here, it has gone through the flipping walls. I've had it for donkeys. It was broken when I got it. I had to weld the corner back on down there, and then I had another bit onto the top, welded out onto cast. And then big long wide jaws. And something actually that Rex Kruger had on one of his previous videos, I moved it, I was over there, made a little step wedge there, all right? And that's really handy. It stops you, say for instance, you're trying to clamp up near the end of the bench, the other side's trying to crank, all right? So you use that step wedge, you can create some adjustable support on this end, so then you can still apply pressure on this end of the bench, on the vice, sorry. It just works. So fair dues to Rex. That was quite a clever, simple, but clever idea. So as his bench hooks he's trying to sell at the moment, I'm thinking, what the hell's all that about? Just make a flipping bench hook. There's nothing more easy than screwing together 3 bits of wood. What? It's sort of ironic when people buy wooden tools, when even the hand planes and stuff, you know, those wooden hand planes, they ain't gonna be difficult to make. Okay, if you knew the woodworking, yeah, maybe it is. But a bench hook is not difficult for anybody. No, it's 3 bits of wood. For God's sake. Yeah, he was sold out on his website. So he obviously knew something that I didn't. You know what I mean? He's right spark out on this, isn't he? I like Rex though. He has a really good. If you know Rex Kruger, check his his YouTube channel. He's if you don't know him, sorry. But he does actually produce some pretty good videos and very informative videos, and actually quite informative and intelligent on tools as well. You know, old tools and stuff, because he does manual hand tool stuff. The only thing I would say is I don't think I've ever really seen him make anything. I plan to change it on here because obviously I'm a bit the same at the moment, but I've been in such a mess recently. There you go. Well, I'm getting there, I think. I don't know, am I? I can go in there. Oh, fancy wall clamps. They're coming out the woodwork, they are. Clamps. Everything has a place. It isn't in it. No, it's just everywhere. All over the floor. I've got this bloody sack of Cascamite, powdered resin wood glue on the floor. And this is the one I don't use. Everyone seen it in my videos. Cascamite powdered resin wood glue is a urea formaldehyde wood glue, and it's works on the same principles like the bandages they use in hospital and broken bones and what have you. And that stuff is a urea formaldehyde, especially resin, all right? And well, the actual urea formaldehyde is really a gas, but the gas it gives off is urea formaldehyde. But this particular one here, all right, Cascamite, is made by Polyvine. All right, now Polyvine, I bought Polyvine before, and bit by bit by bit, they ruined it over the years. And during the pandemic, they literally changed they struggled to get the ingredients, so they started using something else. And unfortunately, they wrecked it. That's why this ain't getting used. I might use it for finish on the worktops and stuff like that. I might use it as a filler, I don't know. But it doesn't mix very well. It's terrible, absolutely terrible. Now, I've got a big tub of Cascamite over here, and I decanter it into smaller tubs. And this is Cascamite as well. Yeah, and it's smaller tubs. So now Eureka Glue sends me this over now, since I've always talked about this stuff because I like Cascamite powdered resin wood glue, or you know, especially now it's back to how it should be. So Eureka Glue's got hold of it, and you know, and I've actually reformulated it back to how it was. So I use it all the time again. And luckily they sent it over to me. I hadn't actually had to buy new glue recently, so that's been quite good. So I've got a big tub over there, like I say, I'll just put it into these tubs, and then that way I don't have to constantly go into a big tub getting my glue, because then the foot dust in the air, you see. So I've got to wear a mask when I use this stuff. But yeah, it's good stuff, and it's very water resistant. It's quite a rigid glue, it's quite a hard glue, has a little bit of flexibility in it, but not a lot. And where this stuff is, I find really good, is for mortise and tenon joints. You know, if you've got a mortise and tenon joint and you've got a little bit of slack in it, use like a PVA wood glue or even PU wood glue, such as this stuff here. Anything that compresses is a bad idea in a joint. That's my feeling. That's my mind. Because if it can flex, it can squeeze, and then the joint can become loose, or move. A joint is not supposed to move, you know, because the shoulders of the joint are not supposed to move. They need to be rigid, and that's where the Cascamite comes in. And that's my feeling on it anyway. Some people have a different point of view. See, the same thing applies to PVAs as well, such as this D3. That also doesn't compress, but it's flexible. It's rubbery. So, yeah, I'll peel a bit off there, I'll show you. See? It's bendy, isn't it? Really bendy. Whereas a Cascamite doesn't bend like that. If you try to do that, that just bust, that just crack. Not crack, but snap, that's it. Some people disagree. Someone saying in the comments, no, you're better off having movement in your joint. I mean, some flexibility in your joint, otherwise it'll work its way loose. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. That's illogical. Have you tried Japanese wood shaves? No, I haven't. I would like to, though. Old tools are the best, most definitely are. There we go. Good evening from Australia. My workshop needs a clean too, Marcus. If you're not too busy. I feel I've got enough to do here in a minute. And also, how long did it take me to get there to Australia from France? Blimey. Alright, up we come. Alright, I think we're getting close to start. Have either sweep up or hoover up. Maybe turn on that dust extractor a minute and see. I'll tell you that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, let's get rid of something. I'm fed up with getting in my shoes. Alright, I've got to turn it on, so it's always on. So it's got to be that one. Turn it over there. It's got a switch set, like a resistance switch. So when the planer goes on, it senses the difference in voltage or something. I made it actually, and then it turns the actual planer on, the dust extractor on. Just a couple of seconds after the machine goes on. The reason for that is obviously you overload your system if you're not careful. Have I got any suction? A little bit of movement, but not a lot, is it? That don't sound very good. No. What about over here? What's going on there? Okay. I've got a feeling it's actually blocked in the hose. Because I don't know if you can hear that. As soon as I do that, I'll get quite a bit of suction there. What if I open this one up? No, there's not a lot there either. Shut that one off. No, not a lot down there. Right, I think I've got a blocker somewhere else then. This isn't very helpful. I know what happened. It happened because I was playing in wet wood the other day. Really bad idea, don't do it. I mean, I just literally took it outside. I want to get this done now. And I had the fire on. I thought, okay, it's never going to dry in time. So I thought, oh, I'll just chuck it through the planer. And it was furry. It was a really bad idea. It's just me being impatient. I thought, what the hell? Right, is that one working? Oh, that one's working. So it must be in the pipes. Oh no! I've got blocked pipes. Oh, crikey, how am I going to do that then? How am I going to do that one? I've got blocked pipes. I think I have anyway. I'm going to try bash them, that might help. I need a bashing device. Then I can turn on that extractor on the bottom there, find something to bash it with. Oh, that'll do. That might work. I've got a spade handle. I've got a feeling there might be something in the top of that hose there. So let's turn these others off. Shut those gates. They're not automatic gates, obviously, because I'm just doing them by hand. They're just basically plywood ones that I made ages ago. They work, I suppose. Right, so I've got a funny feeling there somewhere. There's not much suction there, is there? What if we can have a look at the dust extractor and see what's going on at that end? Oh, blimey. These things are sent to try me. Maybe it's full. It might even be that, mightn't it? Oh, I want to go out on my bike now. Look at that beast. 1400. It's a beast, it is. So anything that carry this fat body. Right, let's put you to there. Blocked at the bottom. Come and see what happens. See what happens. There's the veins on there, on the actual hose itself, on the extractor itself, and then it clogged up. Stupid idea, but you know, I understand why it's there. Oh, that might have something to do with it. Yeah, maybe. What do you reckon? Hear it. Right, it's nearly full as well, so it's got to be empty. I don't know if you can see there's. I've got a bin arrangement on one side, and then the other side it's virtually full. I'd say it is full actually, but there you go. Oh, that's a 3 horsepower twin. The plan with that was I was going to mount it on top of a wheelie bin instead of the bags at the top, a wheelie bin to catch at the bottom will make it easy to empty. Problem with those bags and those bags, they're a blooming nightmare they are. You just make such a mess just trying to empty your flipping dust extractor. And it all goes in your lungs. Look, sounds loads better. Let's have a look. Oh, that's better. That's better. So, with that in mind, maybe if I shut that one off now. Oh, quite. I'll be open. Open this one. That sounds more hopeful. I got a brush. Right. What's that? No, don't pin that. Go. There we go. Let's bring it over here. Get a brush so we can suck some dust up into that hole. Just there. Hopefully, but I'll get some of these leads out of the way, the cables out of the way first, because they're going to be a nuisance. Oh, I've got a boomerang! And it does come back. Well, sort of. They knocked me out the other day. Right, where they are. If there's still domino, go back into your house. Right. I need a brush. Let's see whether or not. Got to be careful. You do it too fast, I'll just clog it up. There's a lot here, isn't there, at the minute? So what I might do is put some in my container first for the wood burner. Because although the weather's nice at the moment, if I'm working in the evenings, what have you, in there, it gets fripping freezing at the moment. So I'll grab the worst of it and put in there. It's actually the plastic tub. I have that underneath my table saw. Right, I know the table saw does have dust extraction on it, but it don't work. It's useless. Trying to block it up all the way, that's awful. That's a jet super saw, and although it's been a good saw in many ways, in other ways it's been a disaster. I didn't buy it from new. It's a lot of machines that I had in the UK when I came to France, I sold. It's just cost way too much to ship them. I can't remember if it was a burst screen or Wadkin. It might have been burst screen. It's 3-phase anyway. But there's no way I was going to ship that over here. I sort of regret that I didn't now, though. Yet again, there's very little health and safety on it. It did have a good guard, though, swing guard on it. It was a good machine. And it also had brakes on it as well. Well, it hadn't have electric brake. It was just you could fit an electric brake on it, mind you. Yeah, just put that back underneath there. And then I'll put it in the wood burn later. Look at that sawdust, it keeps the fire in, so instead of roaring like a crazy thing, you can basically put that in there, it sort of like holds the fire back and just smoulders. It warms this place quite nicely. And at the moment, you don't want too much heat anyway, because obviously it's not that cold, but it's cold enough to stop your glues from drying properly in the evenings or late at night. Most glues don't really like it below 10 degrees. Don't mind the blocks of wood. I don't want to send them into a dust extractor. New, on that way. I've got a blower somewhere, like a garden blower, petrol one, 4-stroke petrol mechanic garden blower. I won't get the electric one of those. It's the quickest way to clean the workshop out. Just blow it out the door. Not the big stuff, obviously, but the dusty, sussy stuff. Oh, there you go. I would dearly love someone like Axminster or, I don't know, Outledge 2000 here in France to sponsor me. I'd be a good sponsor, me. Anyone want to sponsor me? I need more machines. It would be rather nice to, machine-wise, to have something. Problem with old machines is they don't have much in the way of accessories, in the sense of like special sleds and stuff like that. Things that work. So I'd have to keep making it. Help you work a bit faster. Usually a good idea, I think. And I'd like to have a table saw that I ain't using a blooming ratchet handle to rise and fall at, because that flipping jet, I wouldn't buy jet anymore. Unless they want to sponsor me. Oh dear. I'll sell my soul, I will. Yeah, I just, they wouldn't be my first choice of machines. I've had food jets in the past, and it's just something good. The saw here, it's been a good saw in many ways. I didn't buy it new, mind, but the riving knife, okay, doesn't actually go up and down with the blade, which makes it useless. All right, there isn't enough room at the back here ready for me to put an aftermarket type riving knife on. The blade guard arrangement is absolutely ridiculous. It's floppy as hell, and it's just over-engineered. Yet it's floppy. It doesn't make any sense. To have a old-fashioned swing arm type blade guard would be so good, because you can just push it out of the way when you want to do blind cutting. Maybe they don't want you to do that. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. But anyone with a table saw is going to want to do blind cutting. You know, rebates and stuff. Or you know, putting a kerf in a piece of wood. Right, you know, that's what you're going to want to do. That's what you're going to... Yeah, so that's what I do. So, you know. If you haven't got, I don't know, spindle moulders, I did have a spindle moulder in here, a shaper, but I sold it recently because I wasn't using it. Hadn't used it for ages. The problem with spindle moulders is you get a lot of wasted material. Now, say if you're cutting rebates on a door frame, what I'm more, because I don't make that many doors, you know, it's not on the production line, I tend to cut it on the table saw, the rebates, and then just clean up with a carriage plane, you know, like a rebate plane. And that does the job. You could use a router, but it's all a waste again, isn't it? You send a huge amount of mess like this, you know, and it's just wasted material. So what ended up happening, you see, the rebates I'm cutting out, I end up using those pieces I cut out for like glazing bars and stuff. Or the beads, you know, for glazing beads. I don't like waste. Never have done. Come on. Got a funny feeling it's getting clogged again. Oh, do you know, I'm so tempted to cut those bits of metal out of that flipping thing. And if it has the old bang with a lump of wood, so be it. Where's my airline? I need my airline. There's one over here, that'll do. Right, this airline here I gave to my father years ago when he needed an airline, okay, this one here, for his boat building. Basically, when he retired, he started making boats, not any old boats, boats in his driveway in the suburbs of Thorpe St Andrew in Norwich. And this thing was 32 feet long, all right, this boat. In his driveway he's building, it was plywood constructed, Wessex epoxy system sheathed. And yeah, basically got like an epoxy, well, it's resin over top plywood. Beautifully made, beautifully built boat, but can you imagine the smell for the neighbours? It must have been horrendous. He had no consideration for other people whatsoever. Right, is this going to work now? I don't know if you can hear that. You hear that leaking? Right. I had this apart a week ago, and a little tiny bit of muck on the actual little O-ring, and now it's doing it again. And that was because when you forget to empty the water out of your dust compressor, that water can carry any debris that happens to be in the lines, or it ends up getting trapped. So as you put that again, it basically traps the muck. When it traps the muck, it just leaks. So I've got to take it apart again, get it clean, basically. Say to me. of wood. Yeah, you know, this whole airline, I gave to my dad years ago, and because he left outside all year round, coiled up. Because it's quite long, this airline. They've actually shortened it a little bit, but you know, it's how long it is. and it has now it's got this flipping memory. Always, even if you undo it and so it's completely straight and no twists in it, next thing you know, you got that. It's got a memory in it. It just wants to go back into a twist. It's a flipping nightmare. But it's quite handy because that'll reach my vehicles and stuff outside. So it's quite handy like that. Let's put that up there for a minute. Stop leaking. Now let's go back to the dust extractor again. I bet you that's clogged again. Yep, it is. Felix is sucking. Blimey, you hear that? Yeah. I've just got to do that a few times now. The thing is, over the winter, you see, everything gets chucked in here from outside. The tractor and all that. So you can't get to anything. It just gets piled up, it does. So we need a big old clear out in there as well. Oh, that sounds better. Look, 50 people here. Maybe not quite as fast. The problem is these big shades are the problem as well. Ooh, big nail. Oh. Out of sight, out of mind. Once I got rid of this big stuff, I just use the hoover with the vortex on cyclone. All this stuff is just going to clog the vac up. Do you like my shoes? Lovely, aren't they? You wonder why I wear Crocs? It's because whenever I have to go run into the house for the dogs, I don't want to be faffing around with shoes. So I just kick them off. And so the thing is, you said, oh, these ones are better, these ones are. These are actually quite good. These are ones that like doctors and stuff would wear, or nurses. They're quite squishy. Oh, I've got all these bits of wood down here as well. Oh, blimey, this is getting on my nerves, it is. Maybe I can get on with my shutters. You see over there making these louver shutters over there, you know. And I can actually do some extra woodwork again. So normally, my workshop fairy comes and joins me. She does. But she's in England at the moment. She's back tomorrow. And she normally helps me. You know, she like clears up my mess. So unless I do it myself at the moment, I'm kind of, you know, I'm in a mess. So, everything is literally covered in dust. Now this is my stacked dado head. It's an old DeWalt one. Had it years, you know. They last absolutely ages because they're not the sort of thing that get heavy load or you start chopping through stuff. It's got nails and stuff, isn't it? But this was set to 1/2 inch. So you got the chippers going between. They've got a bit of corrosion on there, like so. Okay, and then the sandwich between two blades, like so. Effectively, that'll tram out about ½ inch. Well, it's ½ inch. So they basically sit inside. You have to line them up properly, you know, on the shaft. So one like go that way, and then you've got to make sure you're going the right way, and also make sure you're not actually putting it out of balance. So like so, and this is, like I say, this is the DeWalt one, and then it'll create a wide cut. And I've been using that in my sled for the also for here for doing the louver shutters, which is there. Yeah, so basically using that to create the slots in my louver shutter. It works really well. I did actually show you in a live stream before, actually, or actually there's some videos on the channel about it. So I need something to put this. Normally that's in a drawer, but I want to put that on the wall because I'm going to use it more now. Now I've delved it out, what have you. Oh, I found another clamp. I keep finding clamps. Let's put that one away. Which I've got a load of clamps on the bench in the other workshop as well. Yeah, definitely have to, not there. So, right. I've got my other workshop in here. Yeah, clamps over there. And this is just my messy space. This is where normally I machine my wood up, like finish out all the wane edge off boards and stuff like that. So it's a real mess in there. And then I've got my other space. I didn't show you the. Which I've been sort of tidying up recently, sorting out, put a wall in here and a door. And this is what we call my lab, like Dexter's lab. I've probably shown you before in the previous live stream, but I'll give you that idea. So this is where I take things apart. Also, I've been making videos on that on another channel, but also this channel as well. I've got the B1 lasers together there, and over here we have the A5 laser as well. What am I looking there? And you know, I'm now thinking maybe, because these are taking so much space up, and I've got another laser coming now, so I could do with actually put another bench along here, maybe continue this bench across the back there, I think. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, that's why I pull things apart and test stuff. And, like for instance, this is a charger for battery drill. Not very good quality battery, it's just a store brand. It's called Kingston or something. And it stopped charging. And first I thought it'd be the batteries, or the fact the batteries were so flat, the charger wasn't recognising the power in the batteries, and then the charge cycle won't go on. So I was going to apply some voltage to allow the to recognise the batteries. But when I looked at it and did some tests, you see we've got a wired in fuse just there, a little 2 amp fuse just there, okay, and that's blown. So I bridged it and nothing was happening, and then I was getting sparks and what have you, as you do. It's all safe stuff, you know. And then I thought, hang on, I'm going to take this out, see what's going on underneath. So I did, and then I saw that that's blown. I don't think it's worth repairing. It's only a store brand type thingy, charger and 2 batteries. So what I'll do is I'll take the batteries. The batteries are okay. The cells seem to be okay, even though these are supposed to be 18 volts. It's 18 volt. It's still registering about 16.5 volts. So there's life. There's still a little tiny bit of life in them. So I imagine the cells are okay. So what I'll do is I'll take them out and put into one of the other battery drills, a tied battery. So they're all the same cells still, but that'll have, because these going to be the 1850s in there, I imagine. Leon cells. So it's my little space. And this is my Beyond MIDI drill thingy, and that was sent to me by somebody who wanted me to make some videos for them. That was free. And actually, I'll put up there. I've hung up from the top there and got it plugged in the back there. I need to find a way of holding this. And that gives me a little mini drill, so you cut bits of plastic about. I'm like a kid. How does it work? Yeah. I'm inquisitive. An inquisitor. Put that back where it's supposed to be. Right there. These need a home. I haven't made a home for these yet. These push. Although they're not great until you actually put screws in them like that. And they're just poking through, okay? So if you use them for rough sawn timber and you run through the table saw, what have you, before they're going to go through the planer. Yeah, the planer. They then grip. Those rubber pads on these things, they slip like hell. They're useless. You could change the pads, to be fair, to something a bit more rubbery. Because there's like foam isn't very good. These are quite common. You can still buy these. But yeah, I just put screws in. Grips like hell then. Don't put that part through the table saw. So I'll turn this dust extractor off for a bit. I think I have the vat on now. What turned up? That's the wrong one. Got to unplug it. So this, in this box here, right, there's a circuit in there that I made on a bit of variable, you know. It's got relays and resistors and what have you. And it senses the not ICU, and it senses the change in resistance, so that basically the load, it's a load sensing switch, and then turns on, it activates the relay, and then turns on the plug, basically that operates the dust extractor. It works. If it works, it works. It's been in there for a while now. The first one I made blew up. That wasn't very good. No. This one's been in there for ages. I think it's okay. Oh dear. If you're wondering, I did train as an electrician, believe it or not, to 17th edition in the UK. So it gives me license to do it all wrong. So that'll do. Stick some more earth rods in and residual circuit devices and stuff like that. That'll be right then. It'll be right on the night. Yeah. I actually come think about how many earths I got in this house and barn. There's one there. There's an earth rod down there. I've got one where it goes into the bread oven. I've got one where the power comes into the house, into the box, outside box, electric box. And then I got house, bread oven, electric box, workshop. Yeah, that's it, I think. That's four. It's 4 earth rods. Oh, 5. Got 5. Because I've got one that I got for the lightning protector. Now, if you want, what's a lightning protector? Well, a lightning protector protects you from lightning, killing all your devices, or at least it helps. Now, we've gone through so many orange boxes here, which is like the router for the internet. It cooks them. Get a lightning strike, goes down the old power cables and cooks the electronics. We haven't had a problem since put it in. So touch wood, even though there's been plenty of lightning, touch wood, it's been working. But at the very least, what it does, it basically takes that lightning strike and then takes straight to ground before it gets into the house. That's kind of the idea behind it. Plus, I've got all my solar panels as well. We need to protect them, you see. So they're all earthed. If you're wondering, yeah, we most of our power in our house and workshop is supplied by solar and wind. So you can't see the wind turbine here, and I'll definitely go out of signal. But like a little electric shed there, and there's 2 banks of solar panels, and yeah, they pretty much provide our electric. Works, you know. Yeah, I haven't had to do anything to them. They just sit there. There's no maintenance. No, we've still got electric. We're still connected to the grid, but you know, we just reduce our bills, and provides us with a bit of stability if, for instance, we have power cuts, which we do, for whatever reason. Right, I ain't had no one in the chat for a bit, so I don't know what's going on there. So like that. Let's go into live chat. Maybe that's what it is. Ha! There you go. That makes a bit more sense. It froze. The chat had froze. I love that the swanky do free gates. Yeah, they are free. I like free. Yeah, and right, what's the last thing you made for the wife? What have I made for her? She loves it when I do things around the house. I make things around the house, put a window in or something like that. That's the sort of thing she likes. She's not materialistic at all. You know, if you get flowers or anything, they just die. She's quite practical, actually, to be fair. So, what have I made? Oh God, I made loads of stuff. I make a little, little wooden things and stuff like that, little wooden gifts. Things that she loves them in a tablet holder I made her. She loves that. She uses it all the time. God, I can't remember. I think we just work as a team, really. The dudes living my dream. Yeah, it's quite nice here. It's a lovely place to live. You know, don't be wrong. It's a massive learning curve moving to another country because they do things differently, don't they? You know, and you just got to sort of deal with it step by step and feel the ropes. It's like the taxation here. I've got business here basically, and obviously I earn a little tiny bit of money on YouTube as well. You know, you can't hide from it because it goes into your bank. So it's not so you can sort of like avoid the taxes. You still got to pay your taxes, haven't you? So yeah, it's just something you have to kind of learn to get your head round it basically, and you deal with it step by step. You know, one step at a time, and you kind of tick the boxes. You know, dot the i's and cross the t's and all that, and eventually you get your head around it. But it was a learning curve. Things are different. As I say about the taxation, when Sarkozy, Nicolas Sarkozy, was the president here in France, he brought in a system called the Auto-Entrepreneur, because before that there wasn't really anything there to encourage people to start a business, because the taxation here basically prepay your taxes. So they made an estimate of what they expected you to earn, and then say, okay, then you've got to pay that, and they get split into so many payments a year. It could be like 4 or 5 grand, you know, before you even earn anything. You might not, first year, maybe you wouldn't earn enough profit to actually pay it even. But anyway, they brought out the Auto-Entrepreneur system in France, which is also bad because you pay tax on your turnover. Now, not be funny, none of my stuff is free, is it, you know? Nor is the power that, okay, I want to soul and what have you, but nothing's free, is it? Everything has a cost associated with it, materials and stuff like that. So you have to juggle it. You have to get the customer to buy the materials, basically. And you sort of have to juggle it. Otherwise, you'd be paying taxes twice, which is a bit of a bummer on the entrepreneur system. But you don't have to stay on it. Then once you get your feet firmly planted and you've got an actual business that's working, well, then you can go to the next system upwards. Then you have to prepay your taxes. But then you can declare your costs. That's the difference, which makes not so much sense. What do you look for in a man? What? What do I look for in a man? I don't know. What would if I was that way inclined, what would I look? I would want someone practical. Yeah, someone practical. Someone that can help me. But no, I'm married. I've got 6 kids, so it's not my interest. Doesn't bother me, obviously, but it's not my interest at all. No. That's a rather uncomfortable question. Oh. Thank you for having a wood burn. Hello, Broccoli. Am I still in Suffolk? No, I was actually from Norfolk. So, here, tractor boys. No, I was from Norfolk, so east of Norfolk, east of Norwich. I was born in a place called Forbes Andrew, moved to Salhouse in Norfolk, and moved over here several years ago. Well, say several years ago, about 12, 13 years ago now. And 13 years ago. Oh, just a second, I've got a delivery, I think. Just a second, I'm just going to deal with a delivery. I think it's a delivery. Bonjour. Oui. Oh oui, j'ai dans le téléphone, oui. Oh, I've got a delivery. Is it my laser? Oh, exciting. What we got there? Oh, FedEx, oui.
Oui, ça vient de FedEx de Paris.
Ok. Ici, oui.
Ouais.
Merci. C'est bon?
Non, c'est bon, on peut aller.
Oui, c'est good.
Merci.
Bon soleil. Au revoir. Well, it's about, I don't know, Shanghai Young Industrial. Well, if it is a laser, it's from China, so I imagine it probably is. And it's from FedEx. They're going to do an unboxing. Hello, Wally. Da, 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 da. Got a delivery. Yeah, the phone's ringing a minute ago. Obviously, it's trying to look for the place, I imagine. That's a delayed response, Sebastian. Normally, he just barks at everything as soon as I can. He's got his good ears, that one. Now, the only thing I can think of that I've got coming is a laser. But I can't imagine. It's only a small laser, not a 10-watt laser, but I can't imagine fitting in there, can you? Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. These are sponsors, right? Somebody else has decided what to send me something. I should really do this in a video. But I'll do this in the video. I'll have to do this in the video because this is a sponsor. But I know what it is. Someone said, I think, yeah, soft. I'll tell you what it is. It's they're chainsaw trousers. Or chaps. I have to wear them with my arse hanging out. That'll be a good video. Anyway, yeah, it looks like I've got a delivery. So that will be a video. I can't open it now because obviously that's the deal. It won't be fair on them. Yeah, they're chaps. I think they're chainsaw chaps. So basically, if the chainsaw hits them, it definitely cogs the chainsaw up and then it just literally chews them up. Now, I don't know if they expect me to do that. Probably. But if I did do that, I'd be a little bit concerned in that I can't use them again. What's the point? I hate waste. I can't stand waste. The idea just chewing something up. Yeah, so they're chaps. I think they're chaps. So, be like Belvedere. Oh dear. Yeah, we've got wood burning. That it's just sensible here. Instead of anything we buy in takes energy. It has to be shipped from somewhere. Logistics and all that, which takes energy. So the more that we can do here, even though sometimes you might think yourself, well, it isn't 100% environmental, but it is difficult on creating the waste anyway. Because there's two ways of looking at it. If you rot something, you get methane gas as well as CO2. So even if you compost it. So are you better off burning it? I don't know. And also, we're not in the city, so there's not that issue, I suppose. Creative. Hello, Joe Lefty. I hope you're well, Lefty Boater. In touch with his emotions. Yeah, 6 kids. Yeah, Caroline did have 4 for a previous match, so not all my own doing. But they were very young when I met Caroline. She had a bit of a rough time with her previous husband. He was very violent. But yeah, we've been together ever since. So yeah, crikey, life sentence. Kids are great when they're young, but they end up getting older and they have a mind of their own, don't they? And then they start telling you where to go. But no, we're quite lucky our kids actually. They all got further education and all that, and degrees and stuff like that. So even though I've got a degree, I have 17 distinctions I got on my degree. 17. See, I've got a big brain. I can prove it. I've got the certificates. If it's a laser from China, you want to be really careful with that. Now, actually, the long air lasers I've got have been really, really good. I don't know about the other one I'm getting. It's not a long air one. But there wasn't going to be a bag that size in a soft bag, was it? So I thought, hang on. Like that. No. But yeah, I have got another laser coming. It's a little 10-watt laser. It's a small one. But these things are never operating when I'm not in the space anyway, so it's not a huge issue. Lasers are one of those things you've got to be careful of anyway, because effectively you're burning something. But the long air ones I've got, they've got all sorts of safety devices on them. They're really good. They sense if there's excessive smoke, ignition and stuff like that, and they cut out. They just stop. Obviously you potentially have already got a fire, but you just have to bear that in mind, don't you? But the long gear one's got a really good reputation. So yeah, we all say this about China. Have you been there a day? We keep buying the stuff from there, don't we? And everything that we consider to be of good quality, let's say for instance DeWalt and Makita, half the components in these stuff are all made in China. iPhones, they're not all made in the US. So it's a bit of it's a bit of hypocrisy, really, isn't it? Hello from Brazil. Hello, Brazil. Well, it looks like Brazil is getting the bulk of the BYD electric EV motor vehicles. Apparently, you're going to supersede the EU. Apparently, we're going buying the BYDs from China. Oh, do you speak good French? No, my French is terrible. In French, and I really struggle with it, and I've always struggled learning French. I still have lessons, but I'm struggling even more now since I got fibromyalgia because my vocal range has shrunk. So I've got damaged. I've got my vocal cords. I've got back underactive thyroid, and it's all linked to my fibromyalgia. And then my vocal cords are back. And anyone who's on my live stream, you might notice actually from the beginning of my live streams to the end, I start losing my voice, and I get more and more hoarse. So I really struggle. I can't pronounce half the different words anymore. Not even English. Oh dear. It's bad enough being Norfolk, isn't it, So, but no, I've always struggled with the lessons. I can read, like I said, I just read that. I can read and write more than I can actually speak. So it is a pain, it is a problem, and it's embarrassing because people don't understand. Obviously, why would they? Or I go around with a blooming sign on me saying, "Oh, please excuse my French, I've got fibromyalgia," en français. How do you do that? It's just stupid, isn't it? You just have to put up with the ridicule, don't you? So just one of the things. It's like people who criticise people who get out of their cars after parking in a disabled space and they're walking even though they've got even really, some of these people got these disabled badges, got them in the name of somebody else and they're supposed to be their aid or help, and then they're not actually supposed to use it. The person's supposed to be in the car. But pet hate him on because I've got my boy, second oldest son, he's disabled, you see. And it's really annoying when we go to the airport to pick him up from the airport and there's people parking in the disabled space, which is right near the airport, near the taxi bay, and in the Moj, Bellegarde. And you get somebody there's clearly not disabled in it. They haven't got no one in the car who's disabled either. And you think, "Oh, crikey, my son needs he physically can't walk." And I think to myself, it makes me so angry. It really do. If there's anything that would make me a little bit aggressive, it would be that. Because it's such a mickey take. Able-bodied people parking in those sort of bays. It's like people who park in front of electric chargers. But I ain't got an electric car anyway. I want to get electric bike, that's what I want to get. Do you know what, kid? I got a few spare. Got 11 grandchildren now. 11. Which is, actually, to be fair, they are lovely, but crikey, it gets expensive. Hello, being champ. Hope you're well, my friend. Are you related to Jack Black? How many times have I heard that? Do you realise I actually get 2, maybe 3 comments a day saying that? Words to that effect. I usually reply as hello, where's my saxoboom? But I love Jack Black. I think it's great. So I don't. It's not an insult as far as I'm concerned. Man's a genius, musical genius, and comedic genius as well. Oh, crikey! Well, that's a good question. That is a really good question. I ask on every first date, says Anthony Seaver, dovetails, pins or tails first? And you do the tails. You do the tails first. I do the pins. I do the pins first, generally. I don't think there's any reason for that. I think I just do it that way. Why do I do the pins first? Habit, I think. I don't think there's any real logic behind it. It's just, it looks like a dovetail. Maybe that's what it is. And also, it doesn't require any you can also cut them on the bandsaw if you want to. And they don't require any, well, a little bit to clean up with chisel, but it requires less chisel work. Right, I've never ever even given that slightest bit of thought. Crikey. Last time I cut dovetails, actually, in this workshop, well, actually, was demonstrated on a video, but last time I actually cut dovetails for a purpose was in my kitchen, and that'd be with drawer fronts. I was doing blind dovetails to hold the drawer fronts on with. And that was on a, right now, it was a mahogany, a teak drawer front with a cherry drawer box. See the difference in colours. So I like to see the actual dovetail itself. If in the past though, and I've still got it buried. Let me show you. It's my Lee jig for dovetails, which are great for drawer fronts. Really good for drawer fronts. Where is it? It's there somewhere. Oh, I see it. Hiding over here. I want to set it back up again actually, because I haven't used it for years. Can you see that in there? There it is. That's my Lee jig. And that's for dovetails. So it's like the Rolls Royce of dovetail jigs at the time. And you get all sorts of different guides for it, you know. Like Mickey Mouse ears and stuff like that as a joint. And then you can do inlays with it, and it's really good. You know, I about eating the yeah. That's quite old. I had to do. Had a long while. How far from Sample Door am I? Well, I don't know how far that is. I know where it is. We're in Limousin at a place called, not far from, I think about bigger towns, San Juan. We're about 30 kilometres west of Limoges in Oradell. So that's where we are. How far from Saint Paul down? Well, I suppose I could look it up. I just stumbled across your stream. What am I making? I'm having a tidy up today because I have been making stuff. I made some recycled gates, or refurbished, or used some old gates to make some new gates for the house before the missus got back. I've also been making loads of shutters recently, volets, you know, louver shutters, Pacinian shutters, and louver shutters, and some barn doors I've been making recently. But I got to that point in this workshop, it is in such a mess. I've cleared some of it up. There's so much more to do though. It's just, I hate being in a mess, even though I create the mess. And really, I should really be more proactive in putting things away as I go along. But I'm in such a tear-ass hurry, just want to get done, get it done. It's a bit like that. And I just end up working in an absolute shithole. And, you know, you can tell, I'm usually, you know, everything generally has a place. Whether it be in the drawers down there, or in the drawers over there, or the racks and stuff. Everything has a place. A few things don't, but yeah, generally it does. But I've got in a bit of a mess that I have. And some things I need to do as well. I need to clean out all my air filters. You know, air cleaner there, and air cleaner. If you wonder why it's got like this wrap around, that's actually a cooker hood filter. It makes it dance like easier to it lasts long between clean out. So basically, I just hoover that cooker hood filter wrapped around it, and it works. So you know, it's enough to get the stuff out of the air. And then I've got this one over there, which is an Axminster one, above your head, just there. That ain't actually that great. It works, but it's not as efficient as the microclean air filter. Nowhere near. The microclean, you know, it captures more dust. The thing I would say about the Axminster one, it catches more fine dust, more fine particles. It has a more of a HEPA type filter system in it, which have like long tubular filters that go into the box, but the intakes are quite small. It don't draw a huge amount through. It does work, but it could be done slightly better. I'll tell you what that one would be ideal for is if you're having something mounted above a lathe, for instance, which is quite quiet. That one is. This was a bit more noisy, and but that does have much more throughput. I got my large record voice from a boot seller in Bude. Bude. Is that Bude? Bude. Oh, that's Cornwall, isn't it? Cornwall. Do surfing and stuff. But yeah, no, that one I bought several years. Used, obviously. It was broken when I got it. And I think I paid £5 for it or something stupid like that. Well, it was about £5. And I bought them at the same time as I bought those two heavy-duty record clamps that are just about there, those two there. And I paid £10 for those. Several years ago from a guy called Robin Watson. You couldn't read all right. Brilliant soft upholstery guy, you know, basically headliners and upholstery and boats and stuff. Really good at that, but he couldn't read all right, you know, but he was good at what he did. Anyway, he had these things in his garage, what have you, and I said, well, I'll have them if you want, son. Said, oh, yeah, give us that, give us this, and I'll have them. Yeah, you can have them, sorry. So I did. I mean, because it's still a good voice, it still does its job, you know. And I kind of like the fact it's all sort of been welded up and stuff, you know. But, you know, I've had it apart a few times and that, and sorted out the quick release on it. And, you know, once you get your head around how it works, it's so simple. Same with my voice I got outside. You know, I had that part and cleaned it all up. You do occasionally, what happens is the grease on them all gums up with dust and that, and they just don't work properly, you know. But this one, I put my big jaws on it and stuff. It's looking a bit beaten up now, isn't it? But it's done a lot of work. Yeah, it's done a hell of a lot of work. Do. I will be doing some building in another live stream. Is this live? This is live. I am live at the moment. And at the time here in France, it's 3 o'clock here in France. Yeah, Paris bean time. Clean your room, says Duke. Hello, Duke, can't be told. I suppose I better carry on doing some cleaning then. Crikey, I'm getting bossed about. It's like the missus being here, even though she's in the UK. Let's do some sucking. Where's my end? Where it is. Crikey. I suppose if I did some cleaning, I'll be able to get some work done with it. That's not the end I wanted. Where's my other end? That one clogs up, that one does. Yeah, I'm domesticated, me. Can't you tell? That's going into my cyclone, which is like a dust deputy. Yeah, this one does clog up, look. Where's the other end? Oh, it's over there. I was going to leave it for the missus. I suppose I really ought to clean the house as well. Got dog hair everywhere at the minute. I spend most of my time in here though. I will be cleaning that house. Isn't that bad actually, just the... Right, I don't know if this is working out. I'm going to have to do a bit more hoovering first. I used to have a dust extractor, right? One of them portable ones with wheels underneath, with a bag and on the top and the bottom. And then I literally just, you could put the hose onto the bottom tray, and then you could wheel it about while it's on. And it was like a hoover. It's useless. As useless as a dust extractor as well, it's too small. A lot of these dust extractors just don't have enough power in them, do they? You know? Right. Oh, it's like a minute. Yep. Oh, this is getting frustrating. I could blow some dust about. I put my voice source outside, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Crikey, it's really bad over here. Let's move you around, I might get the broom again. The problem is cables and hoses and stuff like that everywhere, you know, and you're kind of having to work your way around it. Might be worthwhile just getting the airline on that. blow some dust about so I can breathe it in. Project-wise, what projects am I going to do next, I wonder? I've got some projects to finish. I've got some tools to restore. I've got a cabinet to build for in here. Another tool cabinet. Oh, not like I've just done this in the first place. Put that on. Da 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 da. Still leaking. Over there. Duke, you're not angry today, are you, Duke? Are you still banned on Twitter? Oh, another cable. Blimey. Right. Hello. Leave this voice source outside. Take the drawer knife off though. If you want to talk about the voice source, it's just say that I was making some steaks for politicians, you know, or vampires, one or the other. I'm going to put this bag outside. The weather's changed a bit. Hope it don't rain again. I'll move these things out from underneath my feet, don't I? Got a radio on the floor down there. What the hell? What on earth is going on? I was curious the other day. I found this old radio and I thought to myself, I wonder if you can still get a decent signal around it. That's terrible. On FM and also medium wave and long wave and short wave. But they're not investing in it, are they? You know? So, it's probably the same broadcast they put on DAB. Da, 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 da. Got my charger there. Got a camera stand there. Right, battery charger for the ride on. Charging up. I've gone all old school, I have, you know. I used to use whiteboards all the time, and now I've just gone over to the blackboards. It's just so much easier. And also, if you do it on the camera, it doesn't blow it out. It's just black, isn't it? You know, it's just simple. I was told I've got to get cleaning up, you see. It's a drawer knife here. It's a very old drawer knife, but it's a very good one, you see. It's a Crusette one. Very, 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 very sharp. Yeah. Very sharp. Your skin graft for that, couldn't you have a buttock in that shape? What do you reckon? Big buttock, but a buttock. Right. Oh, can't put that away at the moment. Too much stuff in front of it. Go there. There, screws in the way. Oh, crikey. Little bits of non-stick are quite handy, you know, like non-slip mats and stuff when you work. Or I quite often use like a rubber mats. Random bits of wood. I'll just stack them over here for a moment. Collecting tape measures, it seems. say, here's my other fez tool. Right. Goes with that, that goes with that. A broom handle. I always buy hardwood broom handles. They're very handy dowels, they really are. You need to do joint work, anything like that, or whack a bit of or reinforcement. You just get, that's 22 mil. It's got 22 mil auger bit. Drill a hole, whack it in with a glue, and effectively you've got more like a loose mortise, isn't it? Loose tendon, sorry. So you can add a bit of extra strength to the things that are trying to fall apart on you. Right. And there, down here, round here. Got a bit of a mouse problem at the moment. I keep seeing mice in the workshop. The problem is they keep eating the dog's treats. That's probably why I've got mice in the workshop, actually. The worst of it. So up here, this tub here, right, it's got like a cyclone on the top of it. And the vacuum for this is next door. That way I haven't got to listen to it. Because that would be annoying. Move that over there. Use like a broom. Move all the big bits up there. Because I was doing a lot of chopping about with that gate. A lot of the wood is old, rotten. I've got to get rid of it all. And also I recycled the pallet wood for the bars in the gate. Well, that was a plan. You know when you give yourself like a bit of a pledge, you kind of say to yourself, well, I'm not going to spend any money on this. And I didn't. All the other stuff. So, such as the old gate. There. It's definitely getting better. It's improving. It's not perfect. I've got to blow my, I know, still got dust there. I've still got to blow the tops down. I think one of the things I would like about the modern machines is their ability to do one thing really well, and that is literally dust extraction. It'd be so nice to be well kitted regarding dust extraction. I know I'm a child. Right. The problem is you blow everything down like this, although it does work. Obviously the fine dust particles get in the air, and I'm probably breathing them in. I should wear the mask, for obvious reasons. I'm not going to talk with a mask on. Yeah, the modern machines, they do dust extraction really well, don't they? Good modern machine, like the Festool, like very good dust extraction. Like my Festool Domino Dowler, that dust extraction on that is really good. You cut a lot of this crap down, can't you? I've got another cabinet I want to make as well to go in the downstairs bathroom with a mirror in the door. But I want to do it sort of using something interesting, not just like a boring old cabinet, you know what I mean, with a mirror in the door. I'd like to use some old barn wood in it and stuff like that. That's what I like doing in my house. There's quite there's a few areas in the house where we used old barn wood. They always look nice, you know. You've got to think about anything like recycling. You've got to kind of think outside the box. How do you make this work so it's practical, strong, you know, it's got to last, but also aesthetically pleasing? So you do have to think outside the box. You really do. It's like my light fitting in the kitchen is literally just a bit of old beam that was all manky with bits of iron and stuff like that, and I cleaned it all up and chopped through more bits of iron into it just for aesthetic purposes, and then dangled lights off it. Neatly, you know, done properly, like little black hangers and black corded cables and nice aluminium fittings. And it looks good. It works around with like globe of bulbs on it. It looks really good. What I never understood is why are light fittings so flippin' expensive? Trendy ones, nice ones. There's nothing to that, you know. Why is that so expensive? I don't get it. And some of them are so rubbish as well. I mean, poorly made. Oh, got Eureka tape. Or Eureka glues. The name that sticks. Right, that's got to find some there. This is a piece of plum. If you wonder what plum wood looks like, it looks like a right old plum. There you go, that's plum. That's a lovely timber. Now I've been making for Etsy. This is just really simple. I'll turn this into a cylinder. I'll then slice it, all right, about 25mm thick. About 25mm thick. Clean it all up, round it up. My house is nice. Put a flat bottom, one flat edge on it. Use the forced a bit, put a hole in it, 40mm, and put a digital thermometer in it. There you go. That's like quick. And you charge 30 quid for it. It takes you about 10 minutes to make it. It takes longer to put a finish on it than it does actually to make it. It's stupid, really, isn't it? Do you think I'm going to look sexy in my chaps, in my chainsaw chaps? Do you reckon? Huh? Needless to say, I'm going to have to make a saucy video with my chainsaw chaps. Do you reckon the person, the company who sent them to me, do you think they might regret sending them? They might do, mightn't they? How do you put your sponsors off? Oh, blimey. Again, people keep sending me stuff, so I must be doing something right. I don't know why. Yeah, got another laser coming. It's only a little one though, but maybe it'd be quite handy having set up for different things, like for Etsy products. So, for instance, if you're making something that's small, like key rings, argument's sake, and sort of like personalising them in wood, well then a little one would be quite handy for that, and that way I haven't got I can keep it set up for it, so I can make sure I've always got like a jig in place, so I can easily put that item into the same place every single time. Because one of the things I find takes the longest time with because I'm quite new to lasers, you see, and setup takes longer than anything. Just making sure you've got the blooming thing in the right place. That's what takes time. Oh, crikey's loads down there. A watering can. Every workshop should have a watering can. Right, normally that lives over there, but I've got no room in it now. Right, these can go under. Now you might see in this notes in this workshop, I don't actually have a chop saw anywhere. I do have a chop saw, so they're next door, but I don't use them very often. Because all I use is this, like a Wallybois radial arm saw. It's definitely my saw of choice. I know some people disagree. Some people say they're frightening. They are if they cut you. Right, there we go. We're getting there, I think. Sort of, not. It's definitely getting better. I think it's getting better. Let's just make sure everything's in the right place, isn't it, really? Half of it. Let's turn that off. Don't need that there, that can go. Cans, glue. Cans, they don't belong there. Cascarex, super glue. Oh, it's getting better. I think it is. I bought a little cheap paint the other day, or aerosols, like this stuff. I bought about 12 cans of this paint. It was really cheap. I was like, how much was it? Oh, remember it was €1.50 a can, so it was really cheap. God, the spray, it splatters. I mean, literally, it's horrendous. It's good for effect. If you want that, you know, if you'll make it like splattery effect, like stars and stuff, and colours. It's alright from that. But apart from that, it's absolutely useless. Cheap is not always great. It's probably old. And that clearly is, or bad production. I don't know, I'm guessing. Need that, need that. Spanners, got a couple of strap hinges, they don't belong there. That was the length of the hinges on that gate. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Originally, you know. And the ones I put on there are also too short. I'm doing for battery life. Oh, we're getting short on battery life. Hello, Billy Kershaw, I hope you're well. Johnny West. Hello, Johnny West. Come on, what time? I know, I've got to get tidy first. We will be going live again when we make something. I promise. I promise. Like I said, I've got to be making small put small shutters together. I suppose I could go live on that. I could do that again, I suppose, go live, do it. What am I going to make next after done with shutters? That is a question now. I think it'll be something for me. I want to make something for me. Probably my cabinet, I think. Which is going to be going over there on that wall there. So I can start getting my wooden tools out. My old tools now be on in a cabinet on there. That'll be the plan. The other thing I'd like to do is, at some point in here, I'd like to change all this. Get rid of those cabinets and do something a bit better. You know, those shop bought units are rubbish. You know, they do a job, I suppose. But, you know, that's definitely another site better, isn't it? You know, I mean, where you can see what you got and you can, you know, I can put it all away if I want to. At the end of the day, they're doors, you know. So I can lock it all away. Do a collab. Hello, Mr. Livingston. What's that been message? We can do a collaboration if you want. Build a chair. No, I've built chairs before. Always hardwood. I never built any softwood chairs because it's not a good idea. Because joints need to be hard. But one of the most practical timbers used for chairs is obviously going to be something like beech or something like that. It's fairly hard, Richard timber. Also oak, I suppose. You know, get oak chairs, don't you? No reason why not. But beech tends to be fairly clear in knots and stuff, so it's quite good for that. I'll check out. Have you got a channel, are you, Mr. Livingston? We can do a collab. Am I a well-known personality? What, Jack Black? No. I've got a few channels away, but none of them, do amazingly well. Probably because it's just me. I'm the problem. I'm an anomaly. That's me. But hey, I just, do a bit of fun, really, I suppose. It is. I'm just a guy standing in front of a girl. That ain't right, is it? Oh dear. I do like to have a laugh though, Life is too short to be serious all the while. So much tragedy is going on in the world at the moment, isn't there? So much stuff that just hurts ordinary folk and makes people's lives difficult. And people in that place in the world as well, are going through hell, aren't they? I just the thing is, you can't allow it to overwhelm you. Because if you do, it'll just consume you, and then you're no good to anybody. So if you do want to make a change or a difference for anybody, whether it be other nations, other races or creeds or what have you, or genders or whatever, if you want to make a difference to anybody or for anybody, well then you need to be able to look after primarily take care of yourself first. Otherwise you're no good to anybody. I say this to my dear wife because she's a very caring person, and she's always worrying about other people all the time, and they always come before she does. And although it might sound like a very nice trait, it's actually impractical, because then she puts herself in a position where she can't function to be good to anybody. So it's sort of like a catch-22. So she needs to sometimes let go a little bit so she can end up doing more. It might sound like a bit of an oxymoron, but it's that's how I think anyway. And I think just to put a smile on your face and just try your best to be happy no matter what's thrown at you, I think you just have to do it. It's hard sometimes, and for me, because I have fibromyalgia, so I suffer a lot of pain and inflammation. Not that kind of inflammation, no, but in the muscles. Not that muscle, no. But anyway, I suffer a lot of inflammation, which does make you depressed. And with fibromyalgia, yesterday I was reading on the CDC website about the symptoms of fibromyalgia. So I'm quite new to it, you see. And one of the symptoms of fibromyalgia is suicide. And I thought, oh, why is that? And it's not because fibromyalgia causes suicide, it's because people get anxiety and depressed because they're in constant pain. So you have to be able to manage it, and you've got to try and ride above it. Otherwise, well, it's a bit grim, isn't it? It's a bit grim. So I just try and keep my head clear as best I can like that. You get a bit of brain fog with it anyway, with fibromyalgia. So it's quite a good idea to try and focus yourself. And if you're struggling, I actually now, my coping mechanism now is just literally to remove myself. So basically what I do is I'll go and sit out here or something, I'll go and sit in the grass, on a chair to get a tick. I'm fortunate that I live in a lovely place, It's a mess here at the minute because I keep picking up bits of wood and stuff. But, as you do. But yeah, I'm very fortunate. I can sit out here in the evening and watch the sun go down. That's literally, there's there. And luckily, that post has been removed very soon, so my view will be improved. It's going to be moved over lower down into the valley, so that's good. But yeah, no, we're quite fortunate. We do live in a rather nice place. So I'll either come out here and have a little siesta in the hammock, right, or have a beer or what have you, and just chill. You have to these days. There's so much stuff you can overthink and be over concerned about. We have to be concerned, but I mean over concerned to the sense that we can't try and take on everyone else's troubles, and then you can't absorb all that, can you? You get to a point where it's literally just consumes you. So that's my feeling anyway. And it's become more acutely aware recently because I was having a few issues. I was having a few troubles, in the head and what have you, stress and worry and all that sort of stuff. Some of it's world events and environment and my own financial situation. And it's just, you have to remove yourself from it. Otherwise, you'll just end up, you just won't function. If you can't function, you can't deal with it. So you have to be practical. Jack Black, en français. Jack Black, he's so insightful. Oh dear. Jack's here in France, so they'd be considered like scallops. Yeah. San Jack. I have a fishing channel. We could do collab. It might be an interesting mix. How do you make that work as a collab though? Fishing and woodwork. I don't know. Maybe we can make a fishing tackle box or something. I don't know. Make a split cane rod. That'd be quite an interesting one, wouldn't it? Crikey. I can't remember the last time I did that. That was with my grandfather. In fact, I've probably still got one. No, it's in the barn. I have still got a split cane fishing rod that I bought years ago. The hardest one is the end section. So you could buy all the ferrules and all the joins and stuff. You could buy all them, no problems at all. Carve me a lure. That's a good one. We could do a bit of whittling. A bit of draw knife and then whittling and stuff. Carve a lure. Blimey. Can it be natural wood or is it going to be all painted? What for pike? Well, here it'd be catfish. Barbel, something like that. Flipping out a catfish here in France. Oh my God, they'd eat you. Flipping huge. Mouths like that they have. What great things. Carve a bowl. Could do that. I thought it was quite nice carving the bowl with spoon chisels and stuff like that. And draw knife, and you could do it with draw knife. Yeah. Alternate bowl on the lathe. Oh yeah, didn't think there's lots of things you could do, right? Isn't there? Curries. What about curries? Zaminetti. Who's Zaminetti? I don't know who Zaminetti is. Let me write that down. I actually write them both down, actually, because then I can contact you. I love blues. Jazz. Still got the old vinyl. Not in here because it's too dusty. What we've got here? We've got Zaminetti. Who's Zaminetti? Zametti or Zametti? It's so small on my phone. Zametti. Who's Zam? I didn't know who he is. There's a lot of channels out there, aren't there? And then Saudi. Livingston. You can send me a message if you like, and that'll remind me. A bit of fun. Got a bit of fun, ain't you? You know? A pole shifting. What's pole shifting? Is it shifting? It's so tiny. Yeah, shifting. Pole shifting. What's pole? You talking about pole fishing? Carve me a lure. Oh, pike fishing. You're pike fishing. I was trolling once when I'm on a boat, And that wasn't deliberately. This was on Roxham Broad, and the lines were just sticking on the old rod rest, but it worked its way. Anyway, it was the lure ended up in just below the surface of the actual water in the wash of the boat, and like, pike took it. You know, I wasn't a huge pike. I don't know what size it was. Can't remember. So they were just accidentally trolling and caught a pike just like that. It's crazy. I don't think actually trolling's legal actually in on the Broads. You know, trolling is basically where you're driving your boat with your lure in the water. I don't think it's legal in the Norfolk Broads. Right, anyway, I'm going to call it because I need to get tidied up here. And obviously, it's not that easy to do that. I've got to get on my work. And now I can charge my phone up because the battery's getting very, very low now. And we'll move on from there. Maybe we'll live again. Making something. That we will. Yeah, very low on my battery. So I'll say toodaloo, you know. So thanks for joining us. And I hope you have a lovely day. Toodaloo.